Porter is making her first public comment since these videos of her disparaging a news reporter and berating a staffer surfaced last week. Take a look.
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it. Thank you.
You're not going to do the interview with us?
Nope, not like this. I'm not. Not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask. I don't want to have an unhappy experience with you. And I don't want this all on camera.
The state could lose. Get out of my shop. You also were in my shop before that. Stay out of my shop.
Well, Porter, the former Democratic congresswoman now running for governor of California, took responsibility for her missteps and vowed to hold herself to a higher standard of behavior.
I want people to know that I understand that I could have handled things better. I think I'm known as someone who's able to handle tough questions, who's willing to answer questions. What I did to that staffer was wrong. I've acknowledged it to her in that moment, and I'm acknowledging it now. I am taking responsibility for this situation, and I'm also not going to back down from fighting back for California, from being tough. I don't think this is a moment where the same old is going to cut it.
Let's bring in Michael Hardaway, former communications director and spokesman for Congressman Hakeem Jeffries. So, Michael, my friend, is Katie Porter's apology you just heard there enough?
No, I mean, look, we have to look at this through 2 separate lenses. The first thing is the interview with the reporter was odd because those are very basic questions that any elected official should be able to answer easily. I watched the entire clip of all the other interviews that reporter gave, and she asked the same questions of all of them, so I was a little confused as to what the problem was. I'll say this, as it relates to the staffer, the way she dehumanized that person is never acceptable. I'll also say, as someone who has worked for 4 elected officials at the federal level, that as a staffer, you have to know your boss, and you have to have awareness as well, and so you don't want to put your boss in a position where they're not always looking their best. And so, for instance, if I were there, I would have made sure that I wasn't in the camera shot for that particular reason. But I don't think there's ever any excuse or reason for an elected official to speak to a staff member in that way. I'll say one more thing. California is the most important state in the country, economically speaking, and the 4th largest economy in the world. And so whomever wins that seat has to be someone with the temperament and expertise to do that job properly.
Do you think what we've just witnessed there, these conversations, is going to cast doubt on her ability to run her campaign and recover from this? And let me just say, you know, everybody should be granted a little bit of grace when it's a stressful time. I mean, she's running for governor of California. But do you think Americans, or Californians in particular, are going to grant her that grace?
You know what's more stressful than running for governor? Being governor. I have no insight personally into her, but I will say I did touch base with a few friends on the Hill this morning about this situation, and none of them were surprised as to what happened. And so we should give her some grace because this was a moment, but I think that this is a very serious conversation because of the importance of that governorship for this country under the Trump presidency.